News 46 is brought to you by Affiliated Chiropractic and Physical Therapy, specializing in comprehensive accident rehabilitation. Our goal is to create the individual treatment plan that will restore your health and end pain. Come in for your free consultation. Call 775-727-8900. Pahrumph's #1 media source for local news, weather, and sports.
Good evening. It's Tuesday, March 8th, 2011. I'm Rick Vale.
And I'm Rhonda Van Winkle for News 46. An interesting topic this evening. The Dead Sea Scrolls are a collection of 972 texts believed to be from the Bible found on the northwest shore of the Dead Sea. Pastor Connie Biggs invites the public to Shadow Mountain Christian Fellowship here in Pahrump to see a replica of the Dead Sea Scrolls on display.
We have an amazingly incredible, perfect facsimile replica of the Dead Sea Scrolls. This particular exhibit is of the Great Isaiah Scroll, which was actually one of the only ones that was in total intactment. There was also a commentary on the book of Habakkuk, and there was also some information in regards to just secular perspectives and social issues. But these are the three ones that happen to be perfectly intact, and this is a perfect example of the original.
So this one was, do you know when this was made?
It was made in 1991. What had occurred when they found them in 1947 in some caves on the northwest portion of the Dead Sea in an area called Qumran, they didn't really know what they were or what their value was. And so actually some people tried to sell them, tried to see if they could get some money for them. They later found out what they were. Somebody had recognized that the ones that they were able to clearly read looked a lot like the book of Isaiah. And upon further research, they found out that they had an exact copy of the book of Isaiah. And the beauty of this is that there's an expression in regards to biblical texts. The oldest biblical text is called the Masoretic text, and it is comprised of all the Hebrew writings in the Old Testament. And the oldest date that they have on the Masoretic text is approximately 200 A.D. Well, when they started researching this particular scroll, they found out that it dated back to close to 1,000 years earlier, into 1,000 years B.C. And the beauty of this is the fact that sometimes you hear people say that, well, there's a lot of mistakes and the Bible's been, rewritten, and that has been drastically disproven in regards to the fact that this particular scroll is, with the exception of just a few minor little jot and tittles, crossing T's and dots and so forth, is exactly the same as the Masoretic text of the Isaiah scroll, which in a lot of ways puts a lot of the critics to, it closes their mouths in regards to saying that there wasn't a tremendous amount of concern and care that went into transcribing these books.
And how many replicas are there?
This one is the only one that's like this. There are numerous pictures of them and various efforts to kind of copy them, but the one that makes this so incredible, this actually came from the Museum of Sacred Studies and Biblical Research out of California, and it was on loan. It was purchased by a church in Irvine, California, and the way museums work a lot, they either get donations or people loan things to them, and it was then given to that museum, and it's
we got it from them on loan for how long?
Yes, ma'am. We got it from them. We've got it for 3 weeks. And it will be available from 12 noon until 6 in the evening, Monday through Saturday.
So the public can come see this, not just members of the church, but the regular public can come see these.
Oh, we want them to. This is a chance of a lifetime.
And once again, you can come down here to Shadow Mountain Christian Fellowship. It's right off of Red Butte in the old Willow Creek Golf Course. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46.
And the Yucca Mountain Project has been a huge issue here in Nye County, and whether or not you support the project, Commissioner Dan Shinhoffen hopes to see you at the Pahrump Historical Museum this Saturday to talk about just that.
We have a new exhibit. We moved all the items down to the museum. It's a really nice setup now. If you have any concerns about Yucca Mountain, please come down. We're going to have a hearing not a hearing, it's more of a conversation, March 12th, Saturday at 3 p.m., Saturday 3 p.m. at the museum on Basin. Come on down, and particularly if you're in favor of Yucca Mountain, I'm going to ask you to come down, because people always show up when they're not in favor of something, and we've got, they seem to think in Washington that there is no local support for Yucca Mountain. So we're asking all of you who see the value of Yucca Mountain to come on out too, and those of you who don't, come on out. There should be some scientists there who've worked on the project. There's some great displays, particularly on transportation. That seems to be everybody's main bailiwick, is transportation. Great tests they did on the casks. There has never been a spill of nuclear material while in transport. I know that people want to argue that with me, but I'm talking about here in the United States, particularly in the casks that they have, never been a spill of material. And nuclear material is shipped around the country every day, and it's shipped through this county every day. So come on down and get some facts and see if you can't support it. It's a huge financial benefit for this county and the state. The county would realize, I don't want to give the exact figures, but a lot of money and a lot of jobs. 2,700 jobs have been lost there, and these were mostly high-paid scientists and people with degrees, and they're gone. They're out of the state. So Harry got his wish. He wanted no employees there, and he's got that now, but we don't believe it's dead yet. Not until they put a cork in it. It's an $11 billion hole in the ground, and by statute, the Congress voted for this to happen, and so the DOE now is just breaking the law by not allowing it to continue. And that's all we're asking for, is let the process continue, let all the facts be heard, and let's get the politics out of it.
It's actually closed now, isn't it?
It's closed. There's no employees there. The lawsuits are suing the NRC and the DOE for stopping the process. Some of the findings were released by the NRC, the Nuclear Regulatory Commission, a few weeks back, and they redacted all of the findings, whether it's good or bad. They just redacted it, wouldn't tell us. We think that if it was bad, that they would have put them in there. So that's all we're asking for. We have a resolution coming up on the 15th. We're going to talk about that on Saturday. So come on out Saturday. It's 3 p.m. at the museum. And the resolution simply says, let the process continue. And if after all the facts are out, it's found to be able to be constructed and operated safely, then we are for it.
Well, the Nevada Attorney General's office is issuing a series of daily consumer advisories as part of the 13th annual National Consumer Protection Week. Grant scams have become commonplace, and businesses are being contacted with promises of federal or corporate money if the business pays the caller to write a grant request for submission.
The scams usually operate out of telemarketing boiler rooms with calls directed to small businesses. The telemarketer claims the small business qualifies for a large amount of grant money, and the business will receive the grant in a few days. All the business needs to do is pay the grant writer anywhere from $2,500 to $7,000 to receive the grant.
And we're here to warn you, there are no such grants available to most small businesses, and no one can guarantee that any applicant will receive a grant upon application.
Some things you can do is visit www.grants.gov for a list of information about government grants. Check the company's website at whois.net and be sure the company isn't using a proxy address.
And also check with the Better Business Bureau at bbb.org to see if the company has a local telephone number. If you would like further information, please call the Attorney General's Bureau of Consumer Protection in Las Vegas at 702-486-3420 or visit fightfraud.gov. Now, coming up after the break, a St. Patrick's Day pancake breakfast is coming up.
And we speak to a disability program here in the Valley.
All this and more coming up right after this break. Please keep it here.
News 46 is brought to you by Affiliated Chiropractic and Physical Therapy, specializing in comprehensive accident rehabilitation. Our goal is to create the individual treatment plan that will restore your health and end pain. Come in for your free consultation. Call 775-727-8900.
Welcome back to News 46. Are you hungry? Well, if you are, we might be able to help you out with that. The Pahrump Senior Center is inviting all to a pancake breakfast this weekend to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. News 46 has more.
Absolutely. We just want to invite the entire town of Pahrump down. It's going to be an incredible event. St. Patrick's Day Pancake Breakfast, Saturday, March 12, 2011, right here at the Pahrump Senior Center. It's 1370 West Basin. The time's going to be from 7:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Adults are going to be $5 for a ticket. Kids 10 and under are going to be $3, and we got a really good menu plan for you guys this time. We're going to have fresh pancakes, sausage, potatoes O'Brien, eggs, juice, and coffee. So, I mean, we want to see the whole family come down, support the senior center, support the community, and just get everyone down to have a great time.
Paul Gully spoke to News 46 about the disability program called Rebuilding All Goals Efficiently, also known as RAGE.
We're a nonprofit organization that works with individuals with disabilities and seniors, and we're based in Las Vegas.
All ages with disabilities or just seniors?
Depending on what program you're looking for, but most of the time there's no age limit with folks with disabilities.
You're here at the library today. Tell me some of the questions and concerns that the public is having.
A lot of them have to do with health care and Medicare costs and stuff like that. And there are a few programs that we try and help folks get into that help with their Medicare costs and whatnot.
And I know that your program helps people with assistance and applications for state and federal programs.
Right. So whether it's Medicaid or programs through Social Security, we kind of walk applicants through it and help them fill it out because it can be a pretty confusing process.
Exactly. You also help get access to disability services, training.
Mm-hmm. A big part of what we do is actually help funding for home and vehicle modifications. So if there's an individual who, for instance, uses a wheelchair and they need a ramp up to their front door to make it more accessible, if their insurance won't cover it, we can step in and get funding for it. Pretty much anything that'll make their house more accessible. Wheelchair lifts for vehicles, roll-in bathtubs. So
wonderful. And tell me some of the peer mentoring and support.
Yeah, we have the SCI network, which is the Spinal Cord Injury Network, where we have a lot of folks who have dealt with a spinal cord injury, kind of preparing newly injured individuals for, I guess, what life is going to be like from now on. We don't do counseling so much. It's just get them back into the community, a lot of social events and stuff like that. So
some of the HUD and reverse mortgage programs.
Yeah, we have a reverse mortgage counselor on staff, and I'm not totally familiar with the process, but I know before you go through your reverse mortgage process, you have to speak with a counselor on it first. So
there's a lot of information that people need to know about that. You're going to be at the healthcare fair at the Pahrump?
I believe so. I myself may not be, but I think somebody from our organization will be there. We try and come up here at least once or every other month and branch out and make new connections and see if we can help folks out.
Tell me how you guys are funded.
Almost solely through grant funds from the state and then the federal government.
And how can people contact you?
You can get in touch with us at our website, which is the letter B, teamrage.org, or call 702-333-1038.
News 46 spoke to Desiree Collins from the Cup of Faith to get us an update on all the events they are looking forward to.
We're really busy this spring. On March 19th, we're having a book signing here. Toni Nelson, she wrote A Beggar's Purse. She actually lives right here in Pahrump. She'll be here doing a book signing. Along with her, I have a family coming here. They attend Covington Lighthouse Church. They're having a bake sale. They're trying to raise money to send their children to a Christian organization at the end of March. And then coming up in April, we're having a warm-up to our benefit concert. We have, the group's name is In My Soul, and they're from Henderson. They're going to be here on April 16th, excuse me, from 12 to 3. And they'll be having a little mini concert right out in the parking lot.
Oh, that's going to be a lot of fun. That's free?
That's absolutely free. Both events are free. Well, other than the bake sale, they'll have to buy their cookies, but but yeah, we're trying to help out local organizations as much as possible.
All right, and for more information, they can call?
They can call 751-0407. My name is Desiree, and I'm here Monday through Saturday from 9 to 5. We have everything for the Christian needs, whether it's gifts, cards, Bibles, books, anything like that. We also have the fellowship area in the back. Come on in, have a cup of coffee.
A lot going on through the Cup of Faith.
Absolutely, yes. Now, I got a quick question for you. You have a lot of lawn furniture or anything like that?
Well, I did until my dog tore it apart.
Oh, well, that's...
But no, I have some that isn't torn apart in the other yard, so yes.
Yeah, well, I did too, and it's with all the wind that we'd been having, I made it a point that you're not supposed to leave all that stuff out there, or you're supposed to weigh it down or something, because it's been getting blown around a lot.
Mine did.
It did? Yeah, there you go. And the winds aren't going anywhere. We got like one day this week where it's going to calm down. The rest of it's just winds. And I'm guessing this is a common occurrence for spring, because 2 springs now for me, and this is just nothing but wind.
My first spring here, I moved here in April of 1994, and it was so windy. I'll never forget it.
Well, you might not forget this week either. We've got some strong winds coming up for you. Don't go anywhere. I got your 7-day forecast right after this break.
News 46 weather by your local dairy farmers. Dairy products are very important in maintaining a healthy body. For more information, you can visit their website at nevadadairycouncil.org.
Hey everyone, welcome back to News 46. I'm Rick Vale with your weather. Today we had highs 68 degrees. Winds are coming out of the north, gusts up to about 15 miles per hour, so still pretty breezy out there, but nothing too dangerous. Pressure's risen just a little bit, 30.18. Our sunrise was at 6:05 a.m., and our record high was 86 degrees back in 1972. Looking at tonight, it's going to be partly cloudy out there, mostly clear, just a few clouds in the sky. A low of 42, the answer to all things, the universe, the meaning of life. Winds out of the north up to 3 miles per hour. That's really breezy. Watch out while you're out there. Sunset will be at 5:45 p.m., and our record low was 21 degrees back in 1962. Now, looking at the 7-day forecast, tomorrow's looking pretty nice, partly cloudy skies with a high of 74 and a low of 45. Now, Thursday, we're going to see the winds come back up to 21 mile per hour gusts, a high of 77. Extremely warm for this time of year. We haven't seen this in a while, with a low of 38. Now, Friday, it's going to be partly cloudy again, gusts up to about 20 miles per hour with a high of 72 and a low of 39. Now, Saturday, looking at the weekend, going to be really nice temperature-wise. 71 degrees for the high, 38 for the low, but winds coming into play, gusts up to 24 miles per hour, so be on the lookout for that. Sunday, not much change in there. It's going to get just a hair warmer, 72 degrees for the high, 39 degrees for the low, gusts up to 25 miles per hour with partly cloudy skies expected. Monday, starting off next week, even windier than before. 31 mile per hour gusts are expected. We'll probably see a wind advisory or two that day as well, with a high of 72 and a low of 39. And finishing off our 7-day forecast, looking at Tuesday right here, a high of 74 and a low of 49 with windy day, probably up to about 19 mile per hour gusts.
Well, very good. Lots of wind in the future.
Sadly, yes.
Well, congratulations to Bill Wesley. He's the winner on Facebook of a free ticket to the Helping Hands for Jesus concert. This trivia contest was sponsored by Cup of Faith Christian Bookstore.
That's right, Bill, and be sure to head over to Cup of Faith to pick up your free ticket. And if you're not a friend of our Facebook page, you may want to be, because we're going to be giving away 3 more of these tickets, and the next trivia question will be posted on our Facebook page tomorrow night.
Sounds like fun.
You don't want to miss it.
Don't want to miss it. Well, everyone, the town board meeting will be airing live tonight at 7 p.m. on channel 46.4, and from what I hear, it's one you don't want to miss.
And if you've missed any part of this newscast, you can watch it all again on our website at KPVM-TV. And that does it for this edition of News 46. I'm Rick Vale.
And I'm Rhonda Van Winkle.
From everyone up here on the hill at KPVM, we wish you a safe evening, and we'll see you here again tomorrow night. Until then, good night, Pahrump.
Good night.